Sonic fans love watching this poor little girl get absolutely obliterated. But wouldn't you know, SEGA is just as guilty, letting it happen in countless ways throughout Sonic's history. So, accompanied by my guests, we'll be watching and ranking every time Maria's met her untimely demise. And if you want more, including our coverage of the comics, the full, I wish I was joking, 2-hour uncensored recording is available on Patreon. Starting out where all began, the iconic.
Shadow, I beg of you, please, do it for me.
I love how they talk over each other.
Yeah, good old English dubs.
Bye.
Oh, we didn't see her get murdered?
They don't necessarily show it, but it's kind of like...
Oh, I was...
Yeah.
All right, I can't wait to find out who was the first to be like, let's show us shooting the girl. First off, her hair has the consistency of a paintbrush. Jesus Christ, like a matted wool. Why is she barefoot on the Space Colony Ark?
Why are you looking at her feet, bro?
The eyes are drawn to the feet in this particular scenario, yes.
Dude, straight up looking like a Barbie doll out here. Those eyes are
Yeah,
terrifying.
Dare I say the scariest thing is not someone gets shot. I think it's Maria. This looks like she's about to collapse. The death looks like heart attack-esque.
They'll give like the context here of like what, you know, the scene prior of her getting like shot at. You don't see any like gun wounds or anything. She's just like, ow, I have a tummy ache. Bye, Shadow.
Yeah, this is giving like stomach ache, but it's like stomach ache like I didn't drink enough water.
Well, maybe she's more
maybe.
having like acid reflux or like heartburn or something.
At 9 is crazy.
Her eating habits are garbage, bro. They don't got any fruits or vegetables up there.
This set the tone. This set the precedent for her getting shot. This set the groundwork for all these white women to get shot in the future.
Dude,
So,
also the backtrack on this goes so hard.
Yeah, it feels like a real moment, you know, especially considering the time. Like graphics even, like I was like, this feels good. So honestly, for me, if I exclude the murder that I was looking for, I'd like to give it a little B.
To me, I would put it in C tier. Only
get that.
because like it just doesn't convey enough information, but I would give it a little bit of leeway in that this game is the one that started it all, and it was, well, it's very outdated.
Yeah. I think I'll go with B just because it's the starting point. It kind of set everything into motion. And this was like an E for everyone game when it first released, which is crazy.
Yeah, again, they're like, we want to show her getting shot. We want to give her AIDS. We're like, whoa, slow down, dude.
Slow down, bro.
Good Sonic
Relax.
storytelling.
Exactly. So I also included this scene because this is like when Shadow first remembers at the start, but this is his unaltered memory of what Maria said. Oops, I just unfull screened that.
What made her say sayonara?
I don't know.
She's from Kansas for sure. You know what I mean?
Shadow, I beg of you, please, do it for me. For Maria. Future, for all people who live on that planet. Give them a chance to be happy. Let them live for
All right, he's gone.
It's like he's still here.
You know he dropped already, right?
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Brother did not catch any of that.
Yeah, he did not, bro. Actually, I think the first one was the real one.
No wonder he didn't remember. She was shouting at it
Yeah.
while he was falling to the
Bro,
planet.
was throttling at the planet at Mach speed. Yeah, you didn't hear the small woman in the face. You're like, also be nice.
Shadow, you were
How old was Maria at this time? Because I
Like
want to give her
13,
credit.
maybe?
Yeah, I want to give her credit for being cognizant enough to impart this last dying message that actually has a really good theme to it. But it kind of gets ruined knowing he dropped halfway through the scene. You're talking to nobody.
Dude, it didn't even matter anyways. Did you see like the second half of the cutscene? They had her lips on pause. She was saying,
Yeah, she was. It's like when you see a text from somebody and you reply in your head.
They're like, match the mouth movement to the dub. Nah.
even like the Japanese version, it's just her lips weren't moving at all, bro, at the end there.
She had telepathy, actually.
She put a walkie-talkie in there with Shadow.
She sent that via Bluetooth. The message was great, but like in terms of like, I don't know, writing for the scene, it's like, damn, you really are dumping every solution that he needs right here in this last moment. It's like, oh yeah, everything you thought, my final message to you was the perfect wording, by the way. And even if we take that away from the writing portion, bro didn't hear none of that.
It's just kind of like the same scene as we saw previously because it's the same game, just expanded. And so I think they should just be in the same tier.
To me, this scene, although it provides everything that was given, I think the execution was so terrible. I would say it's like C derogatory.
I think for me, they're so similar in this sense. The both scenes can have their own like advantages, disadvantages that I'm like, I'll probably just stick with a B, honestly. It's pretty similar.
Y'all like the C derogatory? All right, I'm gonna change it to B.
one.
Yeah, y'all, I mean, y'all pick B.
derogatory.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, y'all pick B derogatory. That's fine with me.
Our next instance isn't a game, actually. It is in the Sonic X anime.
Oh, yeah,
Yes!
this one.
Yes!
I love this one.
Freeze! Take your hand off that lever. I'm not fooling around here.
Are you gonna shoot her?
I'll never forget her face.
I'm sorry. That's actually pretty good, but the cut was just funny.
My man sounds like an AI chatbot for the first section, though, I will say.
In Sonic X, they add a bunch of like original human characters, and a couple of them are journalists, and they try to find out more about Project Shadow, and then they find one of the gun soldiers that were part of the Space Colony Arc raid, and he's being surveillanced by the government, but they manage to be able to talk to him, and he recounts the story, and they really tone it down in the English version, but in the Japanese version, it's heavily implied that that was the guy that shot Maria.
I mean, it has to be, right? They look, yeah, for sure.
He was the only one there.
Yeah, I was like, it goes for freeze, and then hard cuts to depressed face. I'm going to assume in the Japanese they show this in shot.
like a first-person Doom.
Yeah.
I do like with this scene and just in general that we actually get to see like the person who, murdered Maria. I like that aspect. I don't know about you guys. I would probably give this scene an A.
It is close to an A, but I think the only thing holding it back is the 4-kidness of it. But the moment is good, and I think they did a very good job with the moment itself. So to me, B complimentary.
I would give it a B, only because of how 4-kidsified it is, like you mentioned before.
I could roll with a B for this one. So we have the Japanese sub, which didn't have to deal with as much censorship, so we get a little more of like what the scene was supposed to look like here.
Let's see her get shot, Wallace.
やめろレバーから手を離せバカな真似はやめるんだやめろ私はただ
Think you're making me
止めたか
laugh.
っただけなんだ
Bro, you're a loser, bro. So one, still haven't seen her get shot, so that's disappointing. But
I think that's as close as you get.
yeah, that's a
actually.
good color. We're not gonna see anything closer. This scene is done more straightforward, and I'd say better in terms of the acting. But I kind of like the other one better.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I kind of like for me, it's the music actually helps. For one, it makes it feel like more like a moment. Yeah, I think it actually helps. I kind of like it.
Bruh.
Compared to the silence of this, I don't know.
I
It kinda,
much
like,
prefer
hit
the
a bit more.
ambience more than this Timothy Goes to School ass MIDI soundtrack, bro.
But
Yeah.
I don't know.
With the silence, it's much more intense, and I feel like that the showing of the gunshot is better. I feel like it could have been done better, but this was back in like 2007, I think. So
2003.
I don't really blame it. 2003.
Damn.
Okay, damn. Actually, a little bit of lore. Sonic X, the Space Colony Arc story. I got it on DVD from the rental store, and this was the very first Sonic thing I ever did.
Oh, you were initiated via Maria getting shot? That's crazy.
I was
Dude,
Maria
great.
getting shot brought me right.
Kid Fifi saw that, was like, I like this.
I would put it in A rank.
I'm not against it. It coasts itself and it executes fairly well. I still think I kind of like the gunshot without the hard cut because I like the implied, but
Would you go back and give the other one an A if you could?
no.
Bruh. I was trying to squeeze it out, bro. I was trying to.
No,
I
wouldn't. No. I understand I'm a little crazy with the music, all right? but I understand I'm nuts.
I could say A then. I don't mind giving this an A.
I can go with that.
But wait, There's more. We have 2 more from Sonic X.
They love killing her, huh?
Yay.
They love that.
Yeah.
おい関係者は一人も逃がすな
私の代わりにいつか必ずマリアあの星に住む全ての人たちに
What did she say? Wait,
It's realistic.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
She's not barefoot this time.
Oh,
Yeah.
but damn, running in heels.
Dude, she's running in heels.
Oh my God,
That's
damn.
crazy, bro.
Why is this 12-year-old wearing heels?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, who does she
what
have to
the hell?
impress?
Yeah, bro, you were on a spaceship with a hedgehog and your grandfather. In terms of the scene itself as a thing, I like this one, but the other one, even though like there's more storytelling in this as well, but I think the other one still hits harder for me just because of seeing her decide to pull it with the dude pointing it anyway, him shooting and him going down. Like, you know, like this is the usual one we see.
I also think this doesn't do like the best job still like showing that Shadow's memories have been altered.
Like he's just like, I can't hear you. I am in it too. You know what I mean?
The one that we just saw previously, it had like a different vision almost entirely. It had like a specific tone, and it also is like not accurate to what happened at all. Like it had they had the lone gun soldier there, and then he just like warns Maria to not pull a lever, and then she just pulls the lever silently. She doesn't do like the remember to make everyone happy. It dies.
To be fair, if someone got a gun to my back, I'm not gonna say much either. I'm probably gonna be like, yeah.
Well, I mean, like the previous one, its execution is like really, really good, but it's not accurate to what
It's
actually
not accurate.
happened.
Yeah.
This one is more accurate, but I don't think the tone is as good.
Both scenes are trying to do different things during different parts of the show. The first scene is more about the shooter.
They give her the silent voice treatment.
Yeah. But this one is more about Shadow and her. But I don't know. I found the gunman one kind of interesting. I do like this, and I'd give it an A.
I would also put it in the same tier.
Yeah,
You'll get
I'll
all
do it.
A's and B's, bruh. I'm about to move down that first one. Think of it.
We have one more scene here
Bro.
from Sonic X.
They did it again?
お願いよ、Shadow。私の代わりに
She died so many different ways.
必ず
Take my place.
あの星に住む全ての人たちに幸せになるチャンスを与えてあげて、みんなの願いを叶えてあげて。あなたはそのために生まれたの。
Sorry. The YouTuber me saw like that one shot of her face. I was like, excellent thumbnail.
All right, this one kind of sucked.
Yeah,
It's not even accurate.
She laying on the ground like, yo.
no. This how IBS got me acting, bro.
Post toilet, I be posted up like that, like her.
D.
Damn,
D-
damn, you went straight to it. D tier.
It's
But
not
honestly,
good. It's not accurate.
You're
and
right.
It's just everything's wrong.
you're real, and they're like, even if, and I'll give credit to the other ones that weren't accurate. Where I'm like, at least they were like, they provided some value for whatever they're trying to do.
Hey. This one will provide great value to me as a thumbnail.
For this video. For this video.
It's just kind of empty.
I think like how she's
Yeah.
drawn here is probably the best she's ever been drawn or like presented. Sorry, hot take.
Here?
Yeah, this specific frame where she looks like a
Yeah,
little
like this?
like a ball of
This is the
Play-Doh.
best she's ever been drawn.
Send to the D category.
Yes, and that's
All right, so we move on to the next game, which is Shadow the Hedgehog.
My first Sonic exposure, Shadow of 5.
I love when a dude point the gun. Hold up. Ugh. Why?
My man did not hesitate.
No warning, no nothing.
He held back the team just so he could murder the child.
Hold
He's like,
on.
no, behind me. Boom.
I've got it, bro. Bro, worse than NYPD. He said, I got this. Watch this. I'm about to get a headshot. Yo, it's crazy. This scene originally, I remember being like, oh, this is so cool. But now that I've watched it again, I'm like, oh, this is also kind of ass. At this first set, like right here sets like establishes the tone. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. But then we cut to chameleon bug eye Maria. Can you scoot up a bit? Yeah,
Dude,
I don't like that.
So bad at this
Oh
game.
my god, bro!
she
Like, what
does.
is?
Especially in end-game cutscenes, she looks like an alien.
Yeah, she does look like an alien, bro.
I can give it some forgiveness in a sense of like, okay, Shadow has amnesia and he's just like replaying just like kind of like a summarized version of her death. So it seems like very choppy in its pacing. But like, if they were going to do that, then why didn't they do more implications of what happened? He shouldn't have this amount of clarity. I think they should have done a little bit, like, showed less, if that makes any sense.
You're absolutely right that like this is a flashback. Homeboy's standing on a mountain reflecting.
And his like memory's all wonky too, so he's only getting like those snippets.
It's effective in what it's trying to do. However, as a scene, I think this is terrible.
But it's also iconic too. That's the thing.
But it's iconic. It's iconic because I think it's kind of funny. If we're talking about me consuming this as media, it's like a D to me.
I would put it like in C, just in the middle. C tier is like inoffensive. Like it's just like a little quick thing in the cutscene of Shadow trying to remember. And he's like, why can't I remember anything? All I remember is this image in my head, and it plays this.
Yeah, I would say so. We're in agreement then. C.
Yeah, to me, it's a C derogatory, but I'll take it.
You know what's crazy? There was rumors that like this scene was supposed to be more brutal too.
Where is it?
Anyways,
Yes! Oh!
the game was originally supposed to be like a teen or like an M rating because they didn't have the E10 rating at the time, and Shadow the Hedgehog was like one of the first games to ever have that E10 rating.
I mean, yeah, they had the guns in there, bro. The literal guns will do that. Like I feel that.
Lots of cussing.
Yeah. That damn. What number? Where's that damn
fourth
thick
Chaos
fourth
Emerald?
Chaos
fourth? Yeah, I was like,
Emerald.
what number? I knew it was one of them.
You also have Sonic running. Like, damn, they got away.
Did Sonic say that?
Yes,
Did
he
Sonic
did.
drop a damn? Oh man. This scene, I actually think I prefer the other one because of the Shadow remembering. Like, I don't know. It's a little bit of the show don't tell deal. It kind of works very well, I think, for us a flashback.
I'm in agreement.
Good cut, honestly. I'm glad I got to see her finally getting shot. I've not seen that yet.
I think just for like the shocking factor of it, I kind of just want to put it in C anyways.
C complimentary.
Complimentary.
Yes, complimentary.
There's 2 in-game cutscenes from the Shadow game.
Oh, these gonna look terrible.
Oh, they are.
What the?
Please, Shadow, help me.
Dog. This is how like the cutscenes on handheld games be looking like.
Put it into L tier. Next.
To the Shadow Realm.
This is the closest
bro.
we're gonna get to seeing Maria get shot in a Sonic visual novel.
Yeah, I was like, damn, even the storybook games did basic PNGs better than that.
I mean, I'm glad they got
This
to
is
at least
crazy.
like show like the cutscenes somewhat, so it's not like totally lost media. But this one, I feel confident giving our first F tier of the day.
Yes, sir. I agree. Is ass.
And then we have our final one here, where we get bug-eyed Maria, as Fifi was mentioning earlier.
Maria!
Went from McDonald's to prime rib. Ew. Oh my God.
Please, Shadow, I need your help. Everyone's fate depends on you.
Maria!
Sorry.
So bad.
Said everyone depends on you. I was about to start breaking down into Sad Machine. I'm sorry.
It's the little lift up before it drops down for me.
Yeah.
She's rendered so bad. Can you go back to like the first scene? I thought she was dead. I was like, this is a dead body. She's a corpse floating in space. They already shot her.
It looks like a Call of Duty like kill cam.
Yo, dead ass. Damn, she got yowie hands too. Damn. But yeah, I thought she was a corpse, and then she started talking. I was like, oh. Oh,
She came
yeah,
back from the
alright.
dead for some last words, bro.
Yeah, this was terrible and awkward, and is it worse than the last one we watched?
No, I think
No.
this is a D.
I would agree D.
I'm cool with D.
Though the Call of Duty kill cam, it kind of goes hard. I was half expecting to hear like.
That would have been crazy though. That would have went to double S tier.
We're gonna jump ahead to the future a little more.
A series of tragedies.
That's the wrong one. I'm gonna kill myself.
There we go. There we go. It's simple, but God, it's beautiful.
Dog, this is like the art student's interpretation of what happened,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Like this is like prime Wagyu beef.
It's a chef's kiss.
We've taken an interpretation of the same scene we'd seen at different times in Shadow's head. Like, I'm like, I like that. What you served us before was Walmart Salisbury steak, bro. That was like rubber. This is the greatest gap in quality.
Oh, there's also the greatest gap between like, you know, times Maria's been shot down, bro. 'Cause,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
were
yeah.
now in Sonic Generations, like decades later, pretty much.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I like artist's interpretation of Maria death. This is this is pretty.
Yeah.
This is pretty sick.
Honestly, like this whole thing what the studio did of like it's showing like all of Shadow's nightmares, and like right before this they show friggin' Professor Gerald getting killed by a firing squad. I mean, they cooked.
Did that happen?
yeah.
What is this from?
This is from the Shadow Dark Beginnings animation, like
Yeah,
the prequel
yeah,
to
before
the Just
the-
Shadow Generations game.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, yeah. I didn't pay that much attention to it. I mean, I watched it, but I
Dog,
was like, oh
lock
yeah, you're
in.
right. This is S tier though. Like I love
S-tier.
I love a fancy artist interpretation.
It's such a perfect balance of like, it shows how brutal it was without it being like too much. And I think it's a very hard balance when you have like, we're
Yeah,
mowing
bro.
down like a little girl. Like this is such a awful, heinous thing. How do we represent this
Yeah.
without it being like super edgy? Like,
And shout out to the artist for real, because like I'm sure the only notes were like, yo, we want savage murder, but remember this is a E game.
we now fast forward to the actual game itself, where before you start up the game, there's a little prologue cutscene thing, and thus we get another murder of Maria Robotnik.
A series of tragedies.
You're no Maria.
The military sought to cover everything up. They took the lives of Gerald and Maria and sealed Shadow away.
That's that's it. And this is the most recent interpretation, right? I understand why they did it in a sense of like, we get it. We know what's
we know
gonna
what
happen.
happens.
We know what happens, but if this
Get
is
on
like
with it. Mods, crush her skull.
yeah, yeah, mods. Imagine this is your first like Sonic game. It could be for some kids, and they're like, "Yo, it really brushed over that." Nah.
It's really just like a recap of Shadow's
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
It's not really offensive in any way.
There's not much to say about it other than like Maria. You know, this is one. I'm like,
I love the dude. Just like doesn't he have a gun? He just holds out his hand. It looks like he just like slapped her to death.
oh my god! Now that might have been worse, dude. He's using the Force.
Dude, what's
going
with my
on here?
man's lips here? He got like Muppet lips.
Oh, bro, he really excited about it. He low-key needs some Carmax. This is his lips the same tone as his skin, like straight up. I'm a little worried.
If they're trying to like censor it, why don't they just have him like pointing at her then? Like, why is it just like it's
Yeah.
such a weird thing? It looks like he's like reaching out, like, no, don't die. Bro,
Bro, this is
you're the one who
no,
killed her!
he's Force choking her, bro. We might be called gun, but you the most lethal weapon in these hands. It's inoffensive. It goes by quick. I'm like, it's a C. Whatever.
Yeah, like a C from
You know?
a C to a D.
Yeah.
See, it's inoffensive. Just a recap thing.
And then we have, of course, the big one.
Let's go.
What are you doing? Those are children! We've got an order! Stand down! Maria!
She was on the kill cam.
Just relax. This is actually just a good scene. I really like it.
I get why they did it this way. But it still
Because they're
pisses
not
me
in
off.
space.
It's like shooter.
This is gonna be the only time in human history someone will ever have muttered, I prefer the 4Kids version.
Yeah, explain your reason, Mike, because I'll defend it as much as I can.
It's a kids movie, you know, times, you know,
Yeah.
it's been like over 20 years since like the original version. It's a lot less socially acceptable to gun down a child on the big screen in a kids, in kids media. It's more the actual way they go about her death that I'm not crazy about. I think everything afterwards though I like.
So I'm at the theater watching this, and after this scene plays, like 2 rows behind me, there's like an 8-year-old kid that like looks to his mom, and he was like, "Did Maria die?"
Fifi proceeded to turn around like, yes, she did. I like the scene, but I agree with you. And then I'm like, shoot the little girl. Shoot her. Let's be real. There's enough understanding that someone would have been like, you don't shoot the kid. I have one critique that I don't think anyone's really gonna like me for. I think the
Maria.
Yep. Like Keanu, love you, dude. You're incredible, cool guy. Not the best for emotional scenes, buddy.
I also feel like it would have oh my gosh, this is such a nitpick. It would have made more sense in this scene of that, you know, them getting like whipped and nay-nayed if Maria was on the right, if she was where Gerald is, because she would have gotten more of the immediate blast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
Gerald
right.
was okay.
Yeah, Gerald was cool.
All I'm saying, bro, young Wallace would have walked that off.
Oh, what the f were you doing?
Dude, one of us didn't have NIDS, bro.
Okay, actually, yeah, those space aids really, that really did her in.
all I had at the time was lactose intolerance.
There is like one detail in this scene that I do like that not only people talk about, is when the one guy, when he tries to stop him, he's like, "What are you doing? Those are children," like plural, like indicating like, oh, Shadow's also a kid.
Yeah,
Not really,
that's
like,
right, actually.
Not a lot of people point that out, and I was like, oh, that's a nice touch. Though,
That's a great point.
Maria being in the middle and like not being in the face of the blast didn't really make any sense.
Jeff Fowler probably watching back, he's like,
It's a movie where they have to do that, where everything else is contextual to what else was happening. I'm saying here we've got a really nice little scene going here, minus they should have shot her. And then when we do the emotional hit, I don't know, it didn't hit like it could have, because of, I don't know, that one line delivery just took me out. I was like, Keanu.
for me, this could go into like a low A, high B kind of thing.
I can do either.
I was gonna say B.
Yeah, we'll do B then.
I'll accept.
Leave it to the Sonic fans to give us what we want. We gotta take it back to where it all started, from a fan game in the works called Sonic Adventure 2 Redux. It is a HD remake of Adventure 2.
Yeah, let's see. I'm curious. Okay, all right.
I'll be honest, I started playing WWE in my head.
One more time. I have to see it.
Please. So, like, I have some questions.
The only reason I found out about this existing was I saw Sam Procrastinate's reaction to this scene, and I lost my mind. I was like, there's no way.
She was trying to dodge bullets.
I'm more like, what was she trying to do?
I think she was trying to like close the door or something to like.
No, because the door closed before she reached anything. So I'm like, what was the plan here, lady?
I think that she puts Shadow in the pond, and then the soldiers show up, and then she like is like looking back at him, and then she goes to run towards the lever that unleashes the pod, the escape pod. That's and then she
that was what I
gets
thought.
shot, and then she pulls it.
Yeah, but why'd the door close?
I don't notice the door.
See, that's the thing. I'm like, notice the door closed, which means if she would have waited, like, here, this is what I mean. This is, yeah, we see this.
Dude, it's the freaking blood coming out. Oh my gosh.
Oh, damn, they did the whole, the door's closing. So theoretically, in this universe, if she would have waited like a solid 2 more seconds, we would have been chill. There's no lever, no button. She said suicide by cop in this. And they're like, hey, we're going to show it. Props to them showing the getting shot, but having seen it actually, I'm like, damn, maybe we shouldn't have shown that. I'm kind of glad no one showed it.
It's a bit too dark for this series, but I'm glad at least it's like we have an interpretation out there actually showing like just how like the brutality of it. But I'm glad it's not like, you know, in the canon, like visually shown.
To me, this is silly.
Goofiness aside of it, I kind of want to put it in A for the one, the balls it takes, but also one, it takes like the original cutscene, gives it the context beforehand, and makes it so like it makes sense that like it's Shadow, like foreshadowing that you know, like Shadow is being manipulated, and this isn't actually reality.
Is this complete or is it in progress?
Well, you know, judge it for what it is.
Okay, because I was gonna say if like they kind of just fix a few things, like they can have like her get shot while she's running, but don't have her do a goofy half circle.
That
kind of like
was so good. Where are you going?
If she was like, say, like running and then she gets shot and then she hits the button to close the door and then the door closes, like a million times better.
Another great point, Fifi. You're totally right.
Fifi just knows her, and I respect it.
Yeah, yo, I was like, this is like, thank you for bringing actual well-pointed opinions while I'm just like, I think it's ugly. I'll let the A rock. Simply because, again, we came full circle and I finally saw her get shot.
I agree with you. It's just a little bit too goofy. I gotta put in B.
I guess the goofiness, I still kind of want to put it in A though. And I think, you know, with time, if they adjust it, there's potential. But
the door was closing! Wait 3 seconds!
I guess the moral of the story today is be careful what you ask for.
Especially if it's the murder of children.